Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to the Fangoria Movie Challenge. Now, this is the segment I've been doing with my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where we're not only going to watch, but also review all 101 movies Fangoria thinks we should have seen. Today is a definite on that list, and it's Apt Pupil. Apt Pupil is a 1998 film which runs approximately 101 minutes and is directed by Bryan Singer. He was involved with the X-Men, The Usual Suspects, and Superman Returns. This stars Ian McKellen, or actually Sir Ian McKellen, as Kurt Dussander. He was in the X-Men, Lord of the Rings, and Gods and Monsters. The late Brad Refferno as Todd Bowden. He was in The Client, Bully, and Sleepers. Unfortunately, he passed away on January 15th, 2008 at the age of 25, which is such a shame. And Joshua Jackson as Joey. He was in Shudder, Urban Legend, and The Skulls. Still haven't been able to get through the second one yet, and I've actually never seen the third Skulls. So the second one just, for some reason, I've tried to watch it 2 or 3 times, and I've turned it off every time. I don't know what it is about that movie. I love the first one though. All right, the budget is 14 million, and it had a worldwide gross of 8.8 million, which I guess is deemed a failure. Brad Refferno was only 14 when this movie was filmed, and Anthony Hopkins actually turned down the lead role, but ended up starring in another Stephen King adaptation called Hearts of Atlantis with the late Anton Yelchin. This movie is fantastic. To me, this is what filmmaking is about. It's about tension. It's about the evil of mankind. Basically, what you have is a young kid in high school who is obsessed with finding out whether or not someone who lives in his neighborhood was actually a part of the Nazi regime. He does find out that the guy is part of the Nazi regime, and he wants to hear stories about the gas chambers and about the Holocaust and about the atrocities that were committed by the Nazis. Part of it is because, as a kid, he's curious, as I think we all were about that kind of stuff. Well, people who are curious about history. I know I was curious about history at that age. But this takes it a step further. And you get to actually see evil being born. I'm going to leave it there. If you haven't seen this movie, you are doing yourself a disservice. This movie is fantastic. Sir Ian McKellen is brilliant in this film, but the movie is actually driven, like my friend Joe said, by Brad Refferno. And it's such a shame that he passed away at the age of 25. He was a brilliant actor and absolutely captivating everything that he was in. Unfortunately, Bryan Singer gained a reputation from this film, especially from the boys' shower scene, which he was then accused of sexual assault. For some reason, that never materialized. I don't know whether he was falsely accused or exactly what happened with that, but I know that it was a thing. Maybe he found his way out of it. I don't know. You know, it was a different time back then. Unfortunately, he's followed his career, but I mean, he's a great director. Whether he committed these atrocities, I don't know. I have no idea. So, but Apt Pupil is just, it's always been one of my favorite movies based on a Stephen King adaptation. I definitely have to read the story because Joe said it has a very definitive ending, which is kind of, I'm very curious about that. So I definitely have to read the story. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie, and I'm going to pair this with another Stephen King adaptation that I don't feel gets enough credit. And for me, that is The Dark Half. I love The Dark Half. I think it's a brilliant film. Um, and a funny story about this, I've actually told this before, but if you're not familiar with my channel, then enjoy. I watched this when it first came out. My daughter was very young at the time. I was watching it downstairs. She was upstairs taking a nap. That's how little she was. She got up from taking her nap and came downstairs when the birds were tearing the guy apart at the end. This absolutely just frightened her and has followed her throughout her life. So yeah, that's my fault on that one. But I remember we used to have to have magical bird spray. It was like air freshener, but we used to have to spray it under her bed because we called it magical bird spray um, to keep them away. But yeah, it's just, yep, Stephen King. What can I say? Definitely check out Apt Pupil. If you've never seen it, like I said, you are doing yourself a disservice because it's a fantastic film and it is horror. It is horror of the human, like Joe said, the humans being monsters. Check out The Dark Half, very similar, and check out what Joe's review and what he recommends. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.